Welcome one and welcome all to another venture of whatever this is. So today I'm going to be doing some more metal work. In my shop, while I also do like a 8 to 10 hour reading challenge. I've got a book which I will put up on screen, like right over here. And I am going to be making or remaking the comma, but from that big sheet of metal. So I've been listening to the book about a 1.4 speed, and only been out here probably like 30 minutes, and I've already got like an hour and 7 minutes done. It's still setting up the story and everything, but it's kind of But it's kind of interesting to see like how people's take on death is differently in a future where natural death has been pushed away and immortality is basically there. And like there's several animes and everything about people becoming like the Grim Reaper and stuff like that. And in the story, it's really no different. You've got the Grand Scythe, who is now trying to get 2 apprentices where only one's actually going to get the job, but neither one wants it, because honestly, if I was to choose a Scythe, it wouldn't be somebody who's like eager to kill and control the population and stuff like that. So it was kind of interesting to see that dynamic, how he takes them, like the 2, there's a boy and a girl, I suck with names, he takes them to like an art gallery about people who did it pre like immortality basically, and like the way they describe like artwork and stuff like that, pre versus post immortality, is kind of interesting. How people are becoming complacent, but yet now that the sides are there, they want to, what's the word? Keep the population under control. So I'm really eager to see how the story plays out. So I will update you in another like hour of the book, 30 minutes, something. So far it's been like 2 hours in the book, and since like the first update, nothing's really happened except that they've started some of their training. There was an interesting part about, I think it was 3 or 4 sides that decided that a whole plane was to be gleaned, which is what they call killing or reaping, and they did it more of a brutally kind of old school barbaric way. That's the word. And it was really interesting to see just how some want to be like, oh, well, the main character, or the Scythe, goes, oh, I want to treat everyone like they're different, give everybody a unique kind of gleaning. So they've started their like the 2 apprentices have started their training, and other stuff has happened, and it's just kind of interesting to see how some of the sides so far, since it showed 2, take the approach where, oh, I'm going to be civilized about it, here's something that's going to be pain free, and others be like, flamethrower. So yeah, I'm going to get back to it because it's actually kind of interesting. I've only really been listening for probably about an hour, and I've got about 2 hours in the book, so I will probably see y'all in 30-ish minutes. So I am currently like 3 hours in, been reading since noon. It's currently 3. I have taken short breaks here and there. And the apprenticeship for the 2 kids to I can't remember his name. I hear it and I can think of it, but I can't think of it. I know, that doesn't make any sense. But, so they've done some of their, like, training or apprenticeship, and the girl had to clean her daggers on, like, the first day, or not the first day, like the first month, and the boy had another, like, a different task where he had to actually choose the next person to be gleaned. And being put like in that position of who do we have to kill next, it's kind of interesting when everybody's immortal, but this is kind of a necessary evil because of overpopulation, and the world can only inhabit so many people, that the whole concept's really interesting still, because who would you pick to be the next one to be ended? And it's going on, and there's been other gleams where the girl was taken and a guy kind of sucker punched the Scythe, broke his jaw, and the rules is if you don't just go with your gleam, your whole family is supposed to be executed. I know, right? And
that's all I heard out of all that.
The wonderful fiance. But so instead of actually executing, he told the girl to stay with the guy as he's actually dying, and she's trying to prepare herself for the family being slaughtered. And he just goes, "It was the apprentice that hit me in the jaw. You guys..." The Scythes can also apparently give out, like, what is it called? Where they can't be gleaned, like protection. And he gave the family protection, even though the guy who cold-cocked him should have got his family killed. But going back to where the boy had to choose his own kill, he was the one that had to administer it. He was the one that had to tell the guy, "Hey, this is what's happening. I'm sorry, but you've been chosen." And it's really interesting because now they're at like this, what they call a conclave, which is just a gathering of all the Scythes. And as they get there, they're like, "Okay, well, you picked 2 apprentices. You were only supposed to pick 1. Is something gonna happen?" And the guy's like, "No, don't worry about it." But as they get there, they see all these different colors of like the robes that the Scythes wear, because apparently they're not allowed to wear black, because black is too like ominous and foreboding, from what I'm gathering. And the male character, who's the apprentice, goes, I think it was the male character, it might have been the female, but one of the apprentices anyway goes, "They're not just all colors of dark, it's all colors of the light, something that's a necessary evil to let the human race survive." So I'm about 7 hours done worth of the book. It's currently 9:03. I've taken several hours off. I'm listening at about 1.5 speed, and I've got most of this, which these are going to be 2 separate videos where I make the Scythe and I also do the review on the book. So yeah, if you want to see both parts, be sure to follow. And yeah, so I'm just gonna set that down. Like the character development and everything that they've done, how they've killed I still can't remember what his name is, Vigilio or something like that. But they said he committed self-gleaming, leaving his 2 apprentices to basically, because he was trying to save them, because if he self-gleamed himself, they should have been set free. but a couple other Scythes went in and offered to keep training him. But since he was already had two, they were supposed to be pitted against each other at winter. What is that? I can't think of the word, but like the winter gathering. And so Rowan, who is the male, is being trained by like Scythe Genevieve, or it's a G word. I can't think of what his name is. I really suck with names, okay? And the girl is being trained by, I can't remember her name, but Cassandra, something like that, is being trained with another female Scythe, and it's come up like Harvest. And they're being pitted against one another already in combat, which is the part I just got to. Oh, Conclave is what I was thinking of. What the hell is that? So, I finally finished Scythe. It was actually a really good story. What I said would start out as like a 7 or 8-ish hour challenge turned into like 13 hours because I took several breaks to either eat or drive around for a little while. But it was interesting to see the dynamic for the characters Citra, who later on became Scythe Anastasia, and Rowan, who is being called at the end of the book Scythe Lucifer. It was interesting to see what Scythe Goddard was trying to actually accomplish by mass gleamings and trying to take over the Scythehood by Scythe, what is his name? Xenocrates, whatever. And how Goddard used his daughter Esme against him, trying to put more like power in his hands. And it was really interesting to see how like Goddard was able to corrupt Rowan into basically another one of his disciples that, unlike Scythe Volta, would probably follow him for quite a while and end up doing terrible things. But I really enjoyed it. It was wonderful to do a 13-hour challenge, even though really it only took me like 8 hours to actually read, but stopping several times. It is currently 1:39 a.m. and I think it's time for bed. Be on the lookout for the other part of this video where it's actually me making the scythe. I have one more thing to film on it before I actually edit the video and post it. So yes, like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Be sure to check out her channel. Link is down there in the description, Reading Evie, for all of you who like doing book videos, or not like doing book videos, but like watching book videos, challenges. What is normally going to be on my channel as like the book reading update will probably end up moving to hers. So yeah, as always, like, comment, subscribe, give me ideas, comments, suggestions of what I should make next down in the description, or down below in the comments, not description. Check out her YouTube page down there in the description. And as always, camera flip. Much love.